So hello students, in this short video we will be seeing about the phosphorus cycle. Alright, I hope you've seen the carbon cycle, you've made your notes, आपको carbon cycle अच्छे से समझी है. Phosphorus cycle is a very easier and very shorter one as compared to the carbon cycle. We will just see about phosphorus first. So the atomic number is 15. For any MCQs you should know the atomic number of phosphorus. Then the source, इसका main reservoir will be the earth's crust, that is the rocks. Okay, so ये sedimentary type of cycle है. हमने जब types of nutrient cycles देखा तो gaseous cycles में carbon और nitrogen cycles आएगी और sedimentary cycles में जिनका reservoir is the earth's crust are the rocks. उसका type is sedimentary cycles and इसमें phosphorus cycle and sulfur cycle आएगी. So you have to remember for phosphorus, the source, the reservoir is going to be the earth's crust. Now the importance. Again, phosphorus is present in many important molecules of the body, in many important atoms of the body, like are all membranes. The plasma membranes, the cell membranes are made up of phosphorus. जो phospholipid membrane हम बोलते हैं of a cell, the principal constituent is phosphorus. All the nucleic acids, your DNA, RNA, they compose of phosphorus. Okay, phosphorus is one of the elements along with carbon and nitrogen as bases. So if nucleic acids are to be there in any organism, then phosphorus is required. Membranes के लिए phosphorus is required. All our energy systems, ये जो active flow of energy है, ATP, GTP, NADP, FADP, these enzymes, everywhere this P is phosphorus. So without phosphorus, we cannot have an active energy transport system. ये आपको याद रखना है. Again, it is very important in the teeth. For formation of teeth also, phosphorus का content body में बहुत important है. It is an important constituent of bones. Bones are mainly made up of calcium phosphate. यहाँ पर भी phosphate चाहिए. And also in the shells. In the shells of marine organisms, again along with carbon, phosphorus बहुत important है. So you should know all these places. These are the commonest places जहाँ पे phosphorus सबसे ज़्यादा important है. Okay, be it plants, be it animals, all the organisms, they require phosphorus for all these things. Plasma membranes में, nucleic acids में, energy transport systems में, teeth में, bone में, shells of marine organisms, everywhere phosphorus is important. But phosphorus का cycling उतना ज़्यादा नहीं होता है जितना हमने कार्बन के लिए देखा था. We will discuss that in phosphorus cycle. Okay, phosphorus का cycling amongst the organisms इतना ज़्यादा नहीं होता है जितना कार्बन का होता है. Alright, so by now you should know what is phosphorus, what is the importance of phosphorus. Yes, the usable form. The usable form in which phosphorus is used is always phosphate. चाहे वो plants हो, चाहे वो animals हो, whether it is going from the abiotic to the biotic, very important MCQ, the usable form is always going to be phosphate. Okay, so ये आपको याद रखना है. Its usable form will always be phosphate. It will be present as phosphates, which will be cycling amongst the abiotic and biotic components. Then you know the reservoir. इसका reservoir earth का crust होगा. It is a sedimentary cycle. So हमने देखा था gaseous और sedimentary cycle के reservoirs. So here the earth's crust will be the reservoir for the phosphorus cycle. We will now see the phosphorus cycle. So let us start the phosphorus cycle. We will start it from the source. जैसे carbon cycle को carbon dioxide in the atmosphere से start किया था. We will start it from the source. इसका source is rocks, that is the earth's crust, the sedimented rocks over here. So from these rocks, by the process of weathering, हमने ecological succession में देखा है how barren lands, how rocks are converted into soil where plants start growing. Okay, fragmentation of rocks because of environmental conditions, because of acidic conditions leads to the breaking of rocks into small pieces and finally soil is formed over there. Finally plantation चालू होता है. तो ये रॉक्स में जो फॉस्फोरस है, बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रोसेस ऑफ वेदरिंग, इट विल बी द फॉस्फोरस फ्रॉम हियर विल गो टू द सॉइल. अगेन, जैसे एटमॉस्फेरिक कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को सिर्फ प्लांट्स ले सक रहे थे, सॉइल के फॉस्फोरस को भी सिर्फ प्लांट्स ही ले सकेंगे. दैट इज द प्रोड्यूसर्स. The roots of the plants in the soil will take up the phosphorus. These are the producers, that is the plants or the autotrophs. So again, phosphorus को food web में या food chain में producers ही introduce करेंगे. From the producers, it is going to come to the consumers. अब plant के सारे parts ये भी phosphorus contain करेंगे. We have seen, okay, the cellular organisms, the nucleic acids, all these parts will be containing the NADP, FADP, all these parts will be containing phosphorus. The energy transport system जिससे होता है plants का, ये सब you have seen in detail in the chapters of respiration, okay. So the producers, when they are consumed by the consumers, जब हम कोई भी प्लांट पार्ट खाते हैं, कोई भी फ्रूट खाते हैं, कोई भी सीड खाते हैं, ग्रेन खाते हैं, we get the phosphorus which is present in that plant part. The consumers get it. Again, these consumers, they can be primary consumers, secondary consumers, or tertiary consumers. Means herbivores, primary carnivores, and secondary carnivores. These trophic levels you understand by now. तो ये consumers कोई भी हो सकते हैं. Now the same process. जब ये consumers they will die, and when the producers will die, they will be decomposed by decomposers. And जब ये process of decomposition होगा, process of decomposition we have seen, when the decomposers, that is the bacteria and fungi, will be decomposing this dead, decayed waste matter, organic matter, dead parts of these animals, these plants, they are going to decompose, and they will be the nutrients will be leached back into the soil. So यहाँ से phosphorus वापस आ जाएगा soil में. Again this cycle is going to continue. Soil से फिर से ये plants को मिलेगा. There is one more term over here which is introduced, is litter fall. That is plant parts जो नीचे गिर जाते हैं. Some leaves fall on the ground, some stems fall on the ground, some wooden parts fall on the ground. So these plants, these fallen parts also can be decomposed by the decomposers. Alright, so this in short is the phosphorus cycle. मतलब हमने start किया rocks से, from the earth's crust, from the surface, because of the process of weathering, the soil will contain the phosphorus from these rocks. This soil, the phosphorus from this soil will be taken up by the roots of the plant. It will be used for the growth of the plant, for the essential bodily functions of the plant, for the structural components of the plant. These plants, when they will be consumed by the consumers, that is the animals, be it herbivores or carnivores or top carnivores, ये जब consume करेंगे तो यहाँ से phosphorus इनको मिलेगा. ठीक है, they will be getting the phosphorus from there. So phosphorus here, phosphorus from here is going. यहाँ phosphorus है, यहाँ से phosphorus यहाँ आएगा. It will go to all these three. Okay, then when these will die, इनका phosphorus decomposers लेंगे, decompose करेंगे उनकी dead bodies को, and they will leach back to soil. From the soil again this cycle will continue. अब soil में जो phosphorus है, because of surface runoff, okay, जब water runs through the soil, this phosphorus from the soil can also come to the oceans, जो हमारी water bodies हैं. Okay, because of surface runoff, this phosphorus from the soil will come and will be dissolved in water. Then again this phosphorus can be taken up by the producers. जैसे हमने terrestrial ecosystem में देखा, same will be in this aquatic ecosystem. Okay, so dissolved phosphorus will be taken up by the producers, then again will be consumed by the consumers when they eat these producers. फिर से जब producers and consumers will die inside the ocean, decomposers are going to decompose their body and they are going to transfer these sediments, these particles, these nutrients जिसमें phosphorus will also be one of the nutrients which will go down to the soil on the ocean bed. या ओशन के नीचे जो अर्थ का क्रस्ट रहता है उसके ऊपर सॉइल भी रहता है, यहां जाके ये फॉस्फोरस वापस डिपॉजिट होगा. ऑलराइट, सो यहाँ पे हमने टेरेस्ट्रियल और एक्वेटिक इकोसिस्टम को कंबाइन किया है. वी हैव सीन द रोल रिमेन्स सेम, सिर्फ ये लैंड पे हो रहा है, ये वाटर में हो रहा है. एंड दीज सेडिमेंट्स आर डिपॉजिटेड डाउन. जब जियोलॉजिकल अपलिफ्टिंग में विच विल टेक अगेन मिलियंस एंड मिलियंस ऑफ इयर्स, when this ocean will be converted into land, means this water body will be converted into land, this rock will again be used as the source of phosphorus in the process of geological uplifting. Okay, so you have to remember uska source, you have to remember how it is cycling. This process of cycling of phosphorus, movement of phosphorus again from the abiotic to the biotic and back to the abiotic components in an ecosystem is called phosphorus cycle. Just make this cycle in your notes. See that you have understood this cycle. Now I will tell you what happens अगर बहुत ज्यादा phosphorus हमने surface runoff में छोड़ दिया. Now, phosphorus is one of the limiting factors. It is a scarce nutrient. It is not available in majority quantity. Okay, इसकी scarcity रहती है हमेशा. So जो हमारे fertilizers रहते हैं, which we put. Why do we use fertilizers? We use it to get better crop yield. Okay, अपने घर में भी हम fertilizers डालते हैं because we want the plants to grow. We want them to grow very nicely. We want them to flower. We want them to produce more and more fruits. ये फर्टिलाइजर्स जब हम यूज करते हैं, फर्टिलाइजर्स का मेन कॉम्पोजिशन होता है नाइट्रोजन एंड फॉस्फोरस. चेक इट आउट इफ यू हैव सम फर्टिलाइजर्स एट होम. ओके, व्हेन यू आर पुटिंग फर्टिलाइजर्स मींस यू आर पुटिंग नाइट्रोजन एंड फॉस्फोरस इनटू द सॉइल. सो अगर ह्यूमन बीइंग्स फर्टिलाइजर्स डाल रहे हैं, मीन्स वो नाइट्रोजन और फॉस्फोरस आर्टिफिशियली डाल रहे हैं सॉइल में. ओके, टू इंक्रीज द यील्ड ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर वी डू दिस. टू इंक्रीज द ग्रोथ ऑफ द प्लांट्स, टू इंक्रीज द फ्लावरिंग ऑफ द प्लांट्स, बहुत सारे एग्रीकल्चरिस्ट दे यूज दीज आर्टिफिशियल फर्टिलाइजर्स, ओके, विच आर रिच इन नाइट्रोजन एंड फॉस्फोरस. बिकॉज ऑफ दिस फॉस्फोरस दे गेट अ गुड क्रॉप. ऑलराइट, यील्ड अच्छा होता है, एग्रीकल्चरल यील्ड अच्छा होता है. बट इफ ये फॉस्फोरस बहुत ज्यादा हो गया सॉइल में, तो ये सरफेस रन ऑफ में बहुत ज्यादा फॉस्फोरस यहाँ आ जाता है इन द वाटर, which increases the production of algae over here. This whole lake will be covered with algae. We call it algal bloom. Algal bloom. Okay, because of more and more phosphorus, बहुत ज़्यादा algae grow हो जाता है. You will see some lakes, they are completely covered with algae. Now, because of this algal bloom, ऊपर से जो sunlight आ रहा है, it is not able to reach over here. नीचे जो producers, consumers हैं, उनको sunlight नहीं मिल रहा है. Okay, so their production is going to decrease because the lake is completely covered with algae now. When these algae die, उनको decompose करेंगे ये decomposers. So because of the maximum amount of algae, they are going to use more and more oxygen. So lake के अंदर का oxygen, इस पानी के अंदर का पूरा oxygen consume हो जाएगा. तो यहाँ की जो marine life है वो पूरी dead हो जाएगी. This process is called eutrophication. Eutrophication. Conversion of a lake into a dead land. Okay, conversion of a lake into a dead land, जहाँ पे ये life पूरी खत्म हो गई है. Although the water is highly rich in nutrients, which nutrients? The nitrogen and the phosphorus. But life inside is going to die. It is not going to live. So it is eutrophication. This area of the lake will be dead. All right. This process of eutrophication because of human activities, इसको हम फिर से देखेंगे in the chapter of environmental issues. How the human beings are playing with the environment and because of which we are getting these issues in the environment. We will see this in the chapter of environmental issues in detail. But what are the human impacts on the, by now you understand the phosphorus cycle and you understand the human impact on the phosphorus cycle. You understand the term eutrophication as of now कि क्या होता है. इसको डिटेल में देखेंगे कि यूट्रोफिकेशन से और क्या क्या होता है. We will see it in the last chapter, that is environmental issues. For now, you draw this cycle. Draw the cycle nicely. Draw this cycle in your notebook. Now, let me discuss, since this cycle over here is over here, let me discuss the differences between the carbon and the phosphorus cycle. क्या differences? So let me tell you the differences in the carbon cycle and the phosphorus cycle. Okay, जब carbon cycle को देखेंगे, so the process of respiration, the organisms, the living organisms were returning carbon by the process of respiration, जो phosphorus cycle में नहीं होता है. So just write down the points, write down the differentiating points between a carbon cycle and a phosphorus cycle. Process of respiration carbon cycle में है, phosphorus cycle में नहीं रहेगा. Second, atmosphere से जो input carbon cycle को मिल रहा था, वो phosphorus cycle को नहीं मिलेगा. Okay, carbon dioxide in the atmosphere was the main source जिससे producers carbon dioxide को ले रहे थे. So atmosphere का input जो carbon cycle में था, वो phosphorus cycle में नहीं है. This you have to write down in the differences. Third, there is no exchange of gases between the living organisms and the abiotic environment. When we are respiring, we are not giving out phosphorus. जैसे हम कार्बन वापस दे रहे हैं, वैसे हम phosphorus नहीं दे रहे हैं. Okay, so when living organisms are living, while living, you and I are exchanging carbon every second in the environment. हम हर second कार्बन को exchange कर रहे हैं, कार्बन cycle चल रही है. But phosphorus cycle में only when these organisms are dead, when they die, only at that time उनके body का carbon release होता है. So carbon cycle में when the organisms are living, they are exchanging carbon. Okay, but phosphorus cycle में they are doing it only after they die. They are leaving it only after they are dying. All right. The similarity being कि ये जो food chain है, वो same चल रही है दोनों cycles में. Okay, from the producers it is going to the consumers, producers and consumers, when they die it is coming to the decomposers, decomposition के process से it is coming back to the soil. ये carbon cycle में भी हो रहा था, ये phosphorus cycle में भी हो रहा है. So you need to know the differences between the carbon cycle, and the carbon cycle will be a more complex one. Whereas the phosphorus cycle is a simple one, the carbon cycle is a more complex one. Alright, so ये सब जो processes थे, that is respiration, ये नहीं हो रहा है phosphorus cycle में, atmosphere का कोई role नहीं है. While the organisms are living, they are not exchanging phosphorus, and it's a simple one, it's not a complex one. These will be the major differences between a carbon cycle and a phosphorus cycle. Now, sulfur cycle, although it is not given in your textbook, let me tell you in short, phosphorus cycle और sulfur cycle almost similar हैं एक दूसरे को, because दोनों का resource same है. हमने देखा था gaseous cycle and sedimentary cycle. So sedimentary cycles में EPS था, earth का crust, phosphorus and sulfur. Earth का crust is the reservoir. So rocks से ही phosphorus by the sulfur, by the process of weathering, it comes to the soil. Soil से it is taken up by the producers. Plants, they produce some sulfur containing amino acids by taking up this sulfur from the soil. These proteins, these amino acids, sulfur containing amino acids, when they are consumed by the consumers, उनको यहाँ से sulfur मिलता है. Again, when these two die, ये decomposers इनको decompose करेंगे, and amongst all the nutrients which come back to the soil from the decomposers by the process of decomposition, उसमें sulfur भी एक रहेगा. So phosphorus and sulfur cycle will almost be similar. This you have to remember, the source being the same. And I hope you have understood the differences between the carbon cycle and the phosphorus cycle. Alright, so of definition. When I have to write the definition of the phosphorus cycle, I will write it as the cycling of phosphorus between the lithosphere, the biosphere, that is the aquatic, and the terrestrial biosphere. Between the lithosphere, the hydrosphere, and the biosphere is called phosphorus cycle. अब कार्बन साइकिल की डेफिनेशन से इसको अगर डिफरेंशिएट करोगे तो मैंने इसमें एटमॉस्फेयर ये टर्म यूज नहीं किया. एटमॉस्फेयर से फॉस्फोरस थोड़ा सा मिलता है बिकॉज ऑफ द रेन वाटर, बट इट इज नेग्लिजिबल, हेंस इट इज नॉट कंसिडर्ड. इट इज नेग्लिजिबल, हेंस इट इज नॉट कंसिडर्ड. सो इस डेफिनेशन में द साइक्लिंग ऑफ फॉस्फोरस between the biosphere, the hydrosphere, and the lithosphere will be called phosphorus cycle. We are not including atmosphere, whereas in the carbon cycle हमने atmosphere को include किया था. So by the end of this lecture, you should understand about phosphorus, its importance, how it is present in the usable form. ये सारे forms में it will be used as phosphate. Phosphate is the usable form of phosphorus. Then reservoir आपको पता है, phosphorus cycle हमने देखा है, you've seen the phosphorus cycle. Then the human impact on the phosphorus cycle, about eutrophication, then the definition and the difference between the carbon and the phosphorus cycle. Just draw these diagrams, write down these differences. Sulfur cycle भी mention कर लो अपने notes में. Okay, if at all it comes as an MCQ, you should know that it is similar to this phosphorus cycle. Alright, I will see you in the next lecture. Bye bye.